Hello, and welcome to Three of Skeins. I'm Lisa. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about ease. You ever finish a sweater and it just doesn't fit the way you intended? As far as you know, you chose the right size. I mean, you can get it on, but it just doesn't sit the way you imagined. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is not uncommon. It's not really about choosing the wrong size. It's about not getting the ease right. So I want to kind of clear about three things up for you today. What is ease? Why knitters misunderstand ease? And what ease looks like on the same figure, but with different amounts of ease. Let's get going. The simple answer is that ease is any difference between the body measurements and the finished garment measurements. That's really it. It can the finished garments measurements can be bigger than your body size, and that's positive ease, or the finished garment measurements can be smaller than your body size. That is negative ease. There's basically two reasons why you want to have ease in a garment. The first reason is purely practical, especially for woven garments, but also in the case of knitted garments. Garments generally need space for you to actually climb into them. If you, particularly with a woven garment, if you got a garment that was exactly the measurements of your body, it would be very hard after you got into them to move around. So you want to have ease of movement. That's really what the word ease refers to, ease of movement, ease of getting garment on and off. This particular sweater I'm wearing, this is my Tolsta tee. It's made of cotton. So I had to have ease in here because cotton is not elastic. It wouldn't stretch enough. And if I did really stretch the daylights out of it as far as it would go, it would never come back to its original size. So you have to have ease. Even in woolen garments, you still want to have room to actually move your arms and go about your day. Now, the second reason that we have ease is to create styles. Your basic sweater shape is one shape. It's, a tube for the body, two tubes for the arm, an opening at the top and an opening at the bottom. That's a basic sweater. Now, do I want a sweater with fitted sleeves? With set-in sleeves? I'm going to use a different amount of ease for a set-in sleeve sweater that tends to fit closer to the body than I would use for, let's say, a dolman sleeve sweater. You know those sweaters with bat wings sleeves? There's a lot of volume in those sleeves, or if I want the garment to be slightly oversized, or if I am doing a wrap front sweater and I want enough space to have that wrap go all the way across, because I think we've all had a wrap that didn't go quite far enough. That's called style ease. So you're going to have garment ease, wearing ease, and style ease. There's a lot of reasons that we get ease wrong as garment makers, but I think I'm going to say the number one cause of getting ease wrong is not measuring ourselves before we start a garment. Look, it's hard to get to your destination if you don't know where you're going. And a fresh set of measurements is like having GPS coordinates to where you want to go with a garment. Another reason that garment makers will often get ease wrong is that they don't review the finished measurements of the garment. So the finished measurements of the garment are different from your body measurements. They will be bigger or smaller than your body measurements depending on whether you're doing positive ease or negative ease. Another thing we get wrong is we don't really read through that size chart that comes with the pattern. Um, a lot of times on charts, and I would love to see charts labeled in inches and or centimeters rather than small, medium, large, extra large, 1X, 2X, 3X, because just looking across the top of that chart doesn't give you all the information you need. Sizes are completely arbitrary. So what is a large in one pattern? A large in pattern A could be a 44-inch bust. A large in pattern B could be a 38-inch bust. And if you just pick a size based on the label on the size, you might have started off in the wrong place altogether and you will not get to your destination. I'm gonna point to that elephant in the room. The next thing is swatching. Gauge affects drape, and drape is affected by ease. So if you are not swatching and you just kind of launch right into your sweater, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but you'll have a better sense of what the fabric is going to do if you make a swatch. And the last thing I want to talk about is ignoring fabric behavior as a reason why, garment makers will get ease wrong. Different stitch patterns on a fabric is going to make that fabric behave differently. It's just the normal laws of physics. Cable fabrics will pull in more than a stockinette fabric. Um, Textured fabrics in general are going to draw in more than a stockinette fabric. And that will also affect the amount of ease you want to have in a garment. I wanted you to see how ease affects fit overall. My bust size is 52 inches. I made 3 sweaters, well, 3 tops really, um, for my 52-inch bust, but they each had a different amount of ease. The first one I want to show you is my own design. I call it my easy cropped vest. It is a cropped textured vest, and my whole idea was to combine um, texture and color work. So I did some color blocking. It was really fun. But I knew I wanted the vest to be cropped and I wanted it to be very close fitting. So I made that vest with a 40-inch bust and I have a 52-inch bust. So that is 12 inches of negative ease because I wanted it to fit very close. If you take a look at it, you'll see that it's very form-fitting. That is one of the things negative ease will do for you. And I like where it hit on my waist. So I was very happy with how that came out. The next thing I want to talk to you about is my Tulsa tee that I'm wearing right now, but I'll show you a picture of it so you can get a good look. And it was designed by Rebecca Clow. It's done in radiant cotton from Universal Yarn, and I love wearing it. But as you can see, it's got a totally different fit than my easy cropped vest. Although I made it for my same 52-inch bust, I actually made the actual measurement on the bust of this sweater is 55 inches. So that gives me about 2 inches, pardon me, that gives me 3 inches of ease. And it's positive ease because it is bigger than my bust measurement. This is actually the amount of ease I typically wear, anywhere between 1.5 to 3 inches. Um, it's just a comfortable fit for me. I like the way it looks. It's easy to move, and it's just my favorite amount of ease, depending on the actual item. With something cottony like this, all in stockinette, 3 inches of ease, it's not creating a lot of excess fabric, and I really just enjoy wearing it. Finally, I want to show you my Weekender sweater. It's the Weekender by Andrea Mowry. I made the sweater in Barocco Ultra Wool worsted, and I also made it for my 52-inch bust. Now, the bust measurement on this particular sweater is 64 inches. That is 12 inches bigger than my 52-inch bust. And that's because I wanted that sweater to have that oversized, comfortable vibe. One of the choices you can make when you decide to make a garment is you can match the amount of ease that was suggested by the designer, or you can go with the amount of ease that you like to wear because you know how that amount of ease looks on your body and you like it. So that's something I want you to really consider. You can, no matter what your bust size, you decide how much ease you want in a sweater. You can decide to go with the designer's recommendation because you like the fit on the sample, or you can decide to go with an amount of ease that you know that you'd like to wear. That's up to you. That's a creative decision. There's a couple of tips I want to give you about how to make ease work for you. First, know your measurements. If you haven't taken your measurements in a while, make that a task for this week. Take a fresh set of measurements. When you're reviewing your pattern, take a look at the finished garment measurements. They will normally be on the schematic. Take the time to swatch. It pays, believe me. Been there, done that. Uh, Take the behavior of your fabric into account. Assess the finished item. Is it heavily textured or is it a fairly smooth elastic fabric? And finally, ultimately, the amount of ease you put into a garment is a creative decision that is entirely up to you. That's for you to decide because you're the one deciding what the fit of your garment will be like ultimately. You can download my ease cheat sheet and join my newsletter if you click the link in the description box. And if you'd like to go a little deeper on the concept of ease, click the link in my description box. Anyway, thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's been great, and I will see you next time.